everybody, and happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night expedition night here on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Sir Mr. Knast. I am your host for this evening. Hope everyone had a good Tuesday. Wait a couple seconds, see who wants to file in, say hello, let me know they're watching. But evening, Mr. Evans. Mama D, the one and only. Hello, hello. Thank you both for jumping in chat right off the get-go tonight. It's awesome to see people in chat already. So who else do we have? It says we're up to 6 people already watching already. So if you haven't said hello already, please say hi so I can give you the acknowledgement you deserve for taking your time out to support not only me, but the Basement Show as a whole. So much appreciated. Creepers, that is true. I mean, it is a fitting word to be called a creeper on a night like tonight when you talk about creepings and hauntings and stuff like that. Mr. Grimm, good evening, sir. Thank you for popping in tonight. So, as you can see, I'm running solo tonight, so that's all right. We'll dive into our discussion in a couple minutes, but 2 of the 3 people that already said hello were not kind enough to join me last week. So, again, thank you to Grimm and Mama D for jumping in last week when we covered the states of Maine and Louisiana. And Louisiana is kind of fucked up. Makes you wants me to go visit now. I mean, after hearing some of the stuff that we came up with for last week's show, Louisiana is a pretty fucked up state. So, I mean, just briefly going through what I saw for like Oregon and South Dakota, which are the 2 states we're covering tonight. You know, you could have asked me, geez. I know, but you got Ladies' Night tomorrow night. We'll have that new show lined up for those who are just tuning in. Mondays is now Drago and Tinks night. Tuesday night, as you can see, is Expedition night. Wednesday is now Ladies' Night instead of Drago and Tinks. And we moved from Grimm from Friday to Thursday nights. So now you have the Red Grimm show on Thursday nights. And now we will be off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the time being with the summer months. But keep an eye out for pop-up shows and keep an eye out toward the end of the month for the Dixie story. Yes, Dixie is getting her own docu-series coming soon to the Basement Show. One you don't want to miss because we're going to have some fun doing it. So just keep an eye out for that. But hope everyone had a wonderful Tuesday. It's always good to see people in chat. You know, they just say hi, howdy, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. God help us all. With what? The Grimm on Thursday or the Dixie story? I mean, you ask me, both seem like a double-edged sword. As you teach it off a little bit, the Dixie stories. Yes. Pop-up shows, is that like pop-up boners? I mean, it could be, sir. Depends on how you look at it. I mean, you could just do the simple, you know, just the easy way out of it. You know what I mean? What am I saying yet? Boing, you can just do that. I mean, maybe I do need these headphones on there, just in case I have to hit the sound effects, so that way I can know if they go off on for me or not. So, let's see. It did go off, right? Yep, there it goes. Alright, just making sure. Turn this up a little bit so you guys can hear it louder, but... So who else is in chat tonight? We had Mr. Evans say hi, Grimm's here, Mama D's here. If people want to keep filing, let me know that you're watching. That is awesome. Greatly appreciate it, all of you. But acknowledge, oh, you want that one? Okay. All right, just for Mama D's purpose.
Acknowledge me.
There you go, Mama D. That one's just for you. Maybe Thursday we should do a segment on Morningwood. So that Thursday night is your show, and I always say your show, your rules. So whatever floats Mr. Grimm's boat, I should say. I'll be nice and say it in a nice way for you, sir. But whatever floats your boat is what you do Thursday nights with your show. Evening, Gary. Nice to see you tonight. Thanks for popping in and supporting the shows as you always do. Don't give him that much room. Mama G, it's too late. Laugh out loud. I thought I said hello. Nope, you haven't. Good evening, Heather. Nice to see you. But Mama D, that's been my rule since day one with the good old Sir Grimm. His show, his rules. I mean, he does keep it within a context of levelability, but he does have free play to do what he wants. Hookers and blow. Hey, if that's what he wants to do on Thursday night, that's what he does. I mean, he already got us banned once on Twitch, so if I was you, I would tell him to behave himself, because if not, we're going to lose Twitch again, and then you don't have your home. And who knows, it might be longer than a week this time. It could be a week or maybe even 2 weeks. And then if we keep pushing the envelope, we could lose Twitch indefinitely. But I don't want to do that. I'm sure Grim doesn't want to do that. But we shall see. Hookers and blowing fire trucks. There you go. That sounds like a hell of a show. Let me just check this one thing real quick. Sorry about that. There we go. I like my home. I know you do. So I was fixing the banner so it rolls across the bottom. We were doing things a little bit differently this month. June is now National PTSD Awareness Month. And where before we had talked about doing likes for 50 cents, hearts for $1, this month I'm doing things a little bit differently. So we want you, the viewers, to have more input in our donation process that we do at the end of the month. Funny thing is, Hookers and Blow is also a band. That is true. I have heard about that. Mama D is going to be down Sunday through Tuesday. There you go. Well, you get an extra 3 days vacation period, Mama D. But we will be thinking of you. But yes, with the June PTSD Awareness Month, we were asking people to colonoscopy, short vacation. Yep, time off. This is the best way to put it. But the month of June, we were asking people to wait till July 1st if they would like to pitch in for our donation calls and donate it all while we do a live show representing PTSD Awareness Month. And then if people pitch in and donate, I will match the highest donation amount, and we will make the donation live that night. So if you want to donate $1, $5, $10, whatever you can afford, it'll all get that up to end of the month. And we'll donate on July 1st. And like I said, I will match the highest donation personally. So Mama D says, sleeping on the toilet, that's what you do with the colonoscopy. You know, I understand that. Donate, don't be stingy. That is very true, Mama D. Thank you very much. And where do we donate? So I am thinking I will set up a live show on July 1st for the donation part of it. And then if people want to donate, I will set up a Venmo account so directly for the basement show. So then the money will be donated to the basement show on Venmo or whatever people have. We will figure that out. And then we will see what the totals are that comes in. And then we will pull from that account and make the donation out of that. So I'm hoping to get a Venmo account set up for the basement show by the end of this week, so we can start getting that set up ready for July 1st. And then we will post the Venmo account for the basement show on the show, so people then have it. And if they want to donate, which we ask that they please do, we can do all that on July 1st, which I believe next month will be on Monday. So that will be a Monday night donation. So we will set the date and time to be determined. But with that being said, please keep that in the back of your minds. So if you were to go camping and wake up with a sore ass, would you tell anyone? I mean, that's a loaded question, sir. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Because I've gone camping before and kind of woke up with a sore ass because I fell asleep on a tree stump. Because during the middle of the night, a storm picked up my tent and flipped it, and I landed on a tree stump. So for the rest of the night, my ass slept on a tree stump. But I don't know. That is a good question. And yes, Mama D is correct when she says this. Present that so people can see it. Remember that we lose 22 veterans a day to suicide, to PTSD. That is very, very true. It is a sad fact, but one that is very, very true. Mr. Jack Campbell, welcome back, sir. Long time no see. Thanks you for popping in the show tonight. Always good to see you. But what I have just waited on the screen from Mama D is very true. I mean, it's a very tough subject. PTSD Awareness Month is often forgot about, just like mental health. So we will touch more on that later in the night. But wanted to pop this up because it is a very, very true statement. So, all right. I watch how you answer. I kind of did bite myself in the ass with that one. My old neighbor passed away early this morning. Yes, I saw your message, Jack. I will say a prayer for your neighbors. I am sorry for your loss. On the serious side, and on the serious side, myself and Mrs. Grimm. Yes, that is very true, sir. Both of you have PTSD. Yes. Evening, Stephanie. Thank you for joining in tonight. Nice to see you. PTSD is very ugly at times. I mean, I don't wish it upon anyone. I mean, yes, I know Grimm and Mrs. Grimm suffer from it tremendously, and I try my best to be there for them, but sometimes it's hard to explain. Like, you just got to show support, but you got to also know your limitations with PTSD, because any little thing could trigger somebody even worse than they already are. So, I'm about to say acknowledgement. Wait, Steph, is this what you want? What is that?
Acknowledge me.
No. Sometimes you can't stop the flashbacks. I scared Tenny sometimes. Yeah, I mean, it is very scary. Like, like I just like sometimes it's best if you don't know what you're doing with it, just to like take a step back for once. I mean, I always try to be there for everybody, comfort everybody, but like sometimes you just gotta take that step back and just let someone who knows what they're doing with it take over. So I mean, my friends know I'm there for them if they need me. So look at Stinky Stephanie Numbrain. There you go. Laugh out loud. Where's my son Alex? He is usually in chat at the start of the show. I don't know, Heather. He's usually here too. I mean, he might pop in later. I mean, he's been liking all my stuff all day, so that is a good question. That is a very good question coming from Miss Heather. Where is Alex? Mr. Nassau, first team with Miss Gum. I did. I did see it firsthand, and like I said, I felt like where you try to comfort somebody with PTSD. I also had to take that step back to let Grimm do what he was doing. So yeah, seeing some BBC. No, I'm not. I'm not Mr. Williams, Mama D. Thank you very much. There's no BBC on this show, but thank you anyway. Appreciate it. Much love. So who's ready to dive into some high in PTSD is the worst? It's deliberating. Yes, that is very true, Amanda or Miki. Oh no, for Alex. Gotcha. I thought you were saying that towards me, but yes, PTSD is really bad, Amanda, and it's hard to watch people you care about suffer from it, but you just gotta be there to comfort them any way you possibly can, and that's what I try to do for my friends. Oh, and Grim, are we trying to do the pig vomit and Howard Stern segment? Is that what you want? I mean, Mama D, shut up. That's gross. I'm not answering that question, Mama D. Nice try. Damon Sharkey, yo. Jim wants to know about the Venmo account because I think he wants to make a donation. Well, Heather, the Venmo account has not been set up yet. We will hopefully be setting it up very, very soon. It will be tied in with the basement show, so that way people can make their donation at the end of the month for it. So once that gets set up, I gotta talk to Mrs. Grimm. She's gonna probably help me with it. I hope. Please, Miss Grimm. But we will see what happens. Like once it gets set up, I will make a link for it. People can go over there and donate money to it and so forth. So just keep an eye out on our Facebook page and so forth. If you follow the page, we should have it going by Thursday night. There you go. You heard it. There you go. Heather Allen Grimm has said that we should have the Venmo account going by Thursday night. So that is awesome. So once that does go live, we will post it on our page. It'll be a banner at the bottom of our shows. We will get the name out there so those who do want to donate can find a way to donate to help us out with PTSD Awareness Month. So there you go. All right. So who in chat is ready for some hauntings? I mean, I decided to take the show out to the west a little bit tonight. Last week we did, like I said, the states of Maine and Louisiana. And this week I have found a list from the 25 creepiest and most haunted places in the state of Oregon. And then the other state we thought we were going to do tonight would be the most haunted places in South Dakota. So far, I mean, I would have to go back and rewatch, but like the opening night, we just did a bunch of random states. Week 2, we did New York State and Connecticut. And last week, we did Maine, Louisiana. And then this week, we're doing Oregon and South Dakota. So by the end of the night, those who stick around to watch the show, hang out for a while, think of 2 more states that you would like to see us cover on this show. I'm trying to cover all 50 states. I want to try to save Salem, Massachusetts for closer to Halloween. So keep that in the back of your mind. But let me know what states you would want to cover. There's 50 states and we've only done 6 so far. So you have, 43 other states. Pennsylvania is a good one, Gary. I can write that down. So if you're going to look in chat, listen, just start thinking of other states you would like us to visit. And we will tally all the votes up at the end of the night and go from there. There you go, Arkansas and Iowa. There's one vote. So that's it, Tornado Alley. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I mean, I wish I could really hit the real life Tornado Alley, but yeah, we'll save that one for a different night. But yes, Tornado Alley would be interesting because I'm sure there's a lot of banding and hauntings out there because of all the tornadoes over the past couple years. So I am going to actually turn this down a little bit, but I'm going to have some background music so people can, I don't know, daydream as I go. Virginia is good because that's where The Walking Dead was. That is true. Virginia is good. The Walking Dead was filmed a lot in Georgia as well. So, another cow. Yeah. There's no fooling around with the movie Twister in this group. I mean, myself included, Mama D, A. Grimm. I'm sure Gary's seen it, Heather. Like, we're all tornado fanatics because of that movie. And we're, a little more than a month and a half away from the brand new Twisters movie. So we'll see how that one plays out. But I'm going to see if I can pull up the screen so you guys can see what I am looking at if you're curious. That is a very true statement, Mama D. Very, very true. Alright. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Alright. No, I don't want that one. Oh, no, not that one. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Nope, not that screen. Nope. Alright. Rabbit is good, rabbit is wise. Yes, sir. I don't know why you always get all these ads. Oh, wrong button. Alright. Let's see. First on the list, we have the Shanghai tunnels of Portland. Portland used to be one of the dangerous ports in the world due to the practice of Shanghaiing, with kidnapping of unsuspecting men to work on ships often bound for Shanghai. Men and women were grabbed off the street, drugged in saloons and other establishments, carried out. Okay. Enough with the Twister references, please. I'm just kidding. Keep them coming. But dropped through trapdoors underground, victims were held captive in brick, wood, or tin holding cells underground until sold to a sea captain at $55 a person. It's estimated that a minimum of 1,500 people a year were shanghaied out of Portland during the height of practice, which lasted from the 1850s to World War II. So the Shanghai tunnels. Imagine that, being basically drugged, kidnapped, and all of that, and then you're held prisoner. But then, like, you're basically sold off. I mean, you're just given away and, like, sold to a sea captain. So, I mean, that's pretty crazy if you ask me. What's beyond the field, ball, beauty, really. Mama D's on point tonight. We got her talking about the movie Twister, and she goes on and on and on. All right, number 2. Well, as you can imagine, the tunnels are riddled with stories of ghosts, spirits, and unusual occurrences. Visitors can take many tours of the tunnels, including paranormal tours and Halloween ghosts. With so many atrocities committed in these tunnels, it's no wonder it's one of the most haunted places in Oregon. Very, very true. I mean, that sounds pretty cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Who doesn't like an underground tunnel system? All right. Before I read this next one, I need to know in chat. So if you have seen this movie, please put the number 1. And no, it's not Twister Mama D. Let me just put it on. All right. Number 1 in the chat. If you have seen the movie One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Okay, Mama D says, hell yes. So Jack, you have seen One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, correct? That's what the 1 is for. Have you seen that movie? So far I have Mama D saying hell yes and Chief. So I know she has seen it. I don't know if Grim's still here. Heather, if you're still here, have you seen it? Now Jack says no. Okay. So you put a 1 too soon, sir. I forgive you. Gary says no. Okay. Damon says no. No. I'm Heather. Damn. You guys are missing out on probably one of the best movies ever made. I'm just saying right now. I forgive you, but Nurse Ratchet was a real asshole. She was a real bitch too, and Jack Nicholson was awesome in that movie. So I don't know if Grim's still in chat or not, but I'm not gonna wait too much longer. Grim, what is that movie about? I would say the movie's basically about a guy who is thought to be crazy, so they put him in a mental institution, get evaluated, but like it goes beyond that. Like you see how the mental facilities work back then between the different types of treatments, the different type of personality movies. and stuff like that. Like, it's very hard to explain, but it's definitely worth the watch. It has an awesome all-star cast. Came out in 1973, I believe. Has Jack Nicholson, Brad Dourif, Christopher Lloyd's in it, Danny DeVito, Brad Dourif. Apparently, I'm in the movie, Mr. Ness. Grim, have you seen One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? A very young DeVito. That is very true. All right. Well, if no one's seen it, I'm just gonna. I'll send it during the break, sir. Okay, Alan's seen the movie too. I will send it to you during the first commercial break. So just remind me before we go on break. Alright, but number 2 on the list for most haunting in the state of Oregon. Who knew Christopher Lloyd could say more than Great Scott? That is very true. So, number 2 is Oregon State Hospital in Salem, Oregon. The Oregon State Hospital is famous for several reasons. It is the setting of Ken Kesey's novel, One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and the filming location for the Academy Award-winning film starring Jack Nicholson. I have a donation coming in tonight. Alright, I got you, sir. It served as an insane asylum mental hospital for over 100 years and still functions as the state's only psychiatric hospital. So, the Oregon State Hospital is a mental insane asylum that was featured in the movie The One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So, if you haven't seen the movie, please go back and check it out. It is very well done for the time period. It is a crazy, bizarre movie, but it is definitely worth a watch. At least once. Built in 1883 and located in the capital of Salem, the original mental hospital now serves as a museum where visitors can tour and learn about the patients who lived there and how they were treated. So again, if you watched One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you get kind of an idea of how that was. I saw that in school. But there you go. So now you know where the movie was filmed at, Miss Heather. And let's just say conditions and treatment were often something out of a horror story. That is very, very true. And if you watch the movie, Jack Nicholson actually agreed to do the shock treatment of it. And then the bisectomy, where they take a piece of your brain. Nicholson agreed to both those scenes in the movie. So very, very cool. Definitely worth a watch. Okay, I got it. Good. Sorry. The hospital has gathered controversy over the years from spawn here, but I have to clean my messy appointment thanks to my kids plus cats. You're all good, Steph. Do what you gotta do. The hospital has garnered controversy over the years for subpar care of patients and stories about horrifying incidents. The most notorious was the death of 47 people and hundreds more taken ill when sodium fluoride was used instead of flour, and staff and patients were fed poisoned scrambled eggs. EST and lobotomy. Thank you, Mama D. It should be coming in a few minutes. Sounds good, sir. Phone's right next to me, so. Today, most of the original hospital has been converted into a museum or has fallen into disrepair. Visitors can even tour the underground tunnels that connect the various buildings. That's cool. I would do that. One, because I'm a movie buff and stuff like that. Death tunnel. Easy way to put it, Mama D. Yes. All right, number 3. The Geyser Grand Hotel in Baker City. Google haunted places in Oregon. Barberry had them. Yes, that is true. That's over in Philly. My mom did that one. I never got the chance to do Barberry. Wish I did. Google haunted places in the Geyser Grand Hotel in Baker City will be at the top of most lists. Opening in 1889, following the gold rush that built Baker City, the Geyser Grand was the finest hotel between Portland and Salt Lake City during its heyday. No, you don't. It was hey, terrifying's my middle name sometimes, Mama G. That's okay. It's also one of the most haunted. And there doesn't appear to be just one ghost, but an entire squad of them to get rowdy after midnight on the 3rd floor. Employees have heard laughing, glass clicking, and conversations, but cannot find the source while investigating. It is also said that the Lady in Blue haunts room 302, where she once lived and can get a bit frisky with men sitting at her bar stool in the saloon. Graham, I found your new girlfriend. The Lady in Blue, room 302. Easy to find her. The Geyser Grand Hotel in Baker City, Oregon, sir. Just ask for the Lady in Blue. She's at the front desk. I'm in. There you go. Luckily, the ghosts that haunt the Geyser Grand seem to be friendly and more into having a good time than scaring anyone. I can only imagine what's going through his mind right now. That could get bad. Alright, number 4. Sackett Catacombs, Oregon State University. Every year around Halloween, the inhabitants of the Sackett Residence Hall open the Catacombs for haunted house-style tours. Sackett Hall built in 1948, Sackett Hall has been linked to the 2 murders and said the ghosts of the victims have never left. One victim is Roberta Kathleen Parks, who left the Scarlet dorm room in 1974 and was never seen alive again. One of the numerous victims of the serial killer Ted Bundy. Lore states that Bundy lured her into the catacombs and killed her there. Residents report hearing screams and furniture moving around the basement. Wait a minute, I'm in a basement. That's not good. According to the campus lore, the other crime was the murder of a girl in her Sackett room in the 1950s by a drunk frat boy. This ghost, known as Becky, has been seen sitting in dorm rooms and as spiritual lights. But believe it or not, Sackett Hall isn't the only building on the Oregon State. No, isn't the only haunted building on the Oregon State campus. I guess number 5 is the next one. Waldo Hall. Another spirit is said to haunt the 2nd floor of the Waldo Hall, although this is far more binge and has a less tragic backstory. Numerous students and faculty have reported feeling the presence of another, and some have seen a woman disappear. The chief suspect for this ghost is Ida Kidder, the school's first librarian and beloved member of the OSU community. Kidder lived in Waldo Hall from 1908 until she died in 1920, when it was a women's dormitory. Known as Mother Kidder around campus, it's thought that Kidder so loved OSU that she decided to stick around when she died. There you go. So if you go to the Oregon State University, you can learn a lot. I mean, you can learn about beaver, and then you can also learn about ghosts, apparently. So who doesn't like that? Pittock Mansion, Portland. The second of all haunted locations in Portland is the Pittock Mansion in Portland's West Hills. The mansion was completed in 1914 and built by Henry and Georgia Pittock, who came over on the Oregon Trail. Who hasn't played the Oregon Trail before? I know I have. Henry later took ownership of the Oregon, blah, blah, blah. While no mirror spirits reside at the residence, visitors have reported strange occurrences. These include opening and locking windows, doors, and the sound of furniture being moved. So you can actually go see this mansion in person. So that might be pretty cool. Lesia Park. Lesia Park is known as the crown jewel of Ashland, a quaint little town in southern Oregon, and composing 100 acres and miles of trails. Lesia Park is a picturesque square and surreal place to spend a day. Just make sure you don't go alone. Lesia Park is said to be haunted by 3 ghosts. The first is a young lady who appeared to be killed there over 100 years ago. The second is described as a dog-faced boy who lived nearby in the 1920s and mysteriously disappeared. And the last is of a logger killed by a fallen tree. You can go visit Mr. Lumberjack. Visitors have seen apparitions and hearing faint whistling. Interesting. McNam's Edgefield is a favorite gathering place for concerts, golf spirits, and weekend getaways. Edgefield was originally the Mills County Poor Farm, which housed a mix of people needing a leg up. The residents or inmates, as they were called, supplied the labor for the farm, laundry, hospital, and jail. By the 1950s, they started taking children with mental health struggles and elderly and infirm. However, the poor farm eventually fell into disrepair until bought by the McNams in the early 1990s. On more greater than the property, paranormal activity has been being reported, in particular room 215. So you got room 302, now you have room 215. Seems to be an epicenter for paranormal activity, so much that the hotel keeps a book where guests can log their experiences. That's cool. Anytime you can do something like that, like where you can actually log your experiences in a book, that way like it gets passed down, that's pretty awesome. So I mean, it says you got 7 people in chat. Please feel free to say hi, jump in and say something. Let me know if you've ever experienced any paranormal activity of your own. Have you gone anywhere special? I mean, this show's about you guys. I'm just here talking about the state of Oregon. So, I mean, if you guys in chat ever have any experiences with the paranormal activity, this is your show for you. This is what we want to hear. So please feel free to add it in on the conversation if you want. How much time do I have? I mean, we can go all night. Depends on when you fall asleep. Bates Motel. I think you mean Bates Motel, Mr. Gary. But if not, what's Bates Motel? I'm pretty sure you're trying to say Bates Motel. But, yeah, okay. Bates Motel is awesome. That's a great haunted attraction around October. I actually went to it a couple years ago and definitely recommend those to check it out if you haven't done so already. Masturbate. There you go. I'm still in chat. So, I mean... But yeah, Mama D, we could go all night. As long as you can stay awake and keep talking, we'll keep going all night, Mama D. I'll let you have the floor. You tell me. I got all the time in the world. As long as I'm at my job by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I can stay up all night. Cute, but I have work. Hey, I do too. I always tell people, as long as I'm home a half hour before I gotta go to work. I think I just got smacked on Facebook. How you make you delete your comment. If you delete your comment, you're fine. I had the same problem happen last night. Alright, number 9, real quick. The Witch's Castle. Yes, but the difference is I need sleep. I hear that all the time. If you ask me, sleep is overrated. Okay? Sleep is overrated. Sleep is for the weak and partying all night. Fuck that noise. So you do what you gotta do. But the Witch's Castle, Portland. The Witch's Castle, better known as the McKelvey Park Shelter with Stonehouse, is a two-story structure in Forest Park in Portland. Blah, blah. So it was Bush hired Stump to help clear land. Stump lived with the Bush family. Eventually, Stump and his daughter Anna fell in love and involved when Bouch refused permission. Bouch then killed Stump and was hanged in 1859, the first in the new state of Oregon. Dang. So let's see, the property changed hands and eventually bequeathed to the city of Portland, where in 1929 the Bureau of Parks commissioned the stone house to be built near the site of the Bouch homestead. The structure served as a ranger station and restroom for hikers, but was abandoned after being damaged in 1962. Today, the Witch's Castle serves as a creepy reminder of the story passed to the land that makes up Forest Park, and is said to be haunted by Anna, Stump, and Butch. So you have a three-way haunting in one place. Awesome. Wolf Creek Inn. Why does that sound familiar? The inn also hosts celebrities Clark Gable, John Wayne, Jack London, who is said to finish the novel Valley of the Moon while there. Today is a 9-room inn and a hotbed of paranormal activity. Unexplained voices, moving objects, slamming doors, a piano playing, and apertures of a woman in a window. This is thought to be the ghost of a female stagecoach driver who died there, known as One-Eyed Charlie, who turned out to be Charlotte upon her death. And I'm being told to check my phone during the show. Holy shit. Thank you, Mr. Rayna. Thank you, Jim and Heather. That was awesome. Dang. That's a great way to start the month. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to give you a thumbs up right there for you. So the bar has been set. I won't, unless they want me to tell you guys right now what they donated. We'll wait till July 1st to do that. But that is awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Heather and Jimmy. So we got our first donation of the month for PTSD Awareness Month already. And damn, the bar has been set. That's fucking phenomenal. I mean, I'm at a loss for words. Holy shit. Thank you. Dang. All right. Oh, wow. On that note, wow, I'm flabbergasted right now already. So let's do one more, and then I'm going to run the first commercial for our first round of Holmes Customs. But again, thank you, Jim and Heather. That was fucking awesome and totally unexpected. Thank you. Let's see. Ghosts and paranormal researchers have claimed to have seen the ghost of Jack London in the room where he stayed as his disembodied voice. So this is the Wolf Creek Inn. Gotta look that one up to stay later. Right. Like I said, last one before we take a quick break. Hecker Head Lighthouse in Florence, Oregon. Another staple list of haunted places is the Heckler Head Lighthouse near Florence. It's a bed and breakfast where visitors can stay in the old lighthouse keeper's quarters. It remains a working lighthouse, and that's one of the most unique places to stay in Oregon. Guests at the lighthouse have a chance to encounter Rue, originally known as the Gray Lady, and the wife of one of the lighthouse keepers from the 1800s. This woman's child died at the lighthouse, and on a Ouija board revealed the name Rue. Where's Jackie McCluskey when you need her? Miss Ouija board was unknown whether the name is that of a woman or a child. Residents and guests have reported mysterious occasions since the 1950s, including items moved or missing, the sudden scent of flowers or perfume, and seeing images on the bed. So you got an abandoned old lighthouse as a bed and breakfast. You get to stay in the lightkeeper's quarters, which is freaking awesome. A Ouija board revealed the name Rue. Then you get a scent of flowers or perfume, and then seeing implants on a bed, shit, sign me up. That's fucking awesome. But before I dive more into this, because we still have another 10 on this list, and I want to touch base on South Dakota, I'm going to switch gears real quick. Let me just pull myself back up. I'll stop sharing that real quick. Here we go. And right now, I am going to run our first commercial for Holland's Customs. If you haven't checked out hollandscustoms.com yet, please go over, check the website out. Am I allowed to say the Phillies won in the 10th inning after practically losing in the Olmsted? Yes, that is awesome to see. I was watching a little bit of the game before the show started, so to see that they came back and won is awesome, Gary. Thank you for letting me know. Much appreciated. That is awesome. But real quick, we're going to run a quick little 2.5-minute commercial for our partners over at Holland's Custom, who is Mr. and Mrs. Grimm. They always say if you can dream it, they can make it. You can pick up all your awesome merchandise needs that you need: tumblers, shirts, banners, vinyl, basement show merch. Yes, we do have basement show merch. So go check out hollandscustoms.com and see what they have for sale. I mean, they do an awesome job. It's grade A quality work. But other than that, I will be back after the commercial, and we will dive into nut list number 12 through 22 for the state of Oregon. So don't go anywhere. I will be back in a jiffy. And there you have it. That is Holland's Customs. They do awesome work over there at Holland's Customs. So please go over and support Mr. and Mrs. Grimm. Holland's Customs was created as a dedication to Hope and AJ, hence the name Holland. And like I said, you can pick up t-shirts, tumblers, and pretty much anything you can think of, they can make for you. As well, you can get your basement show merch. So please go over and check out hollandscustoms.com to support them and support us here at the Basement Show. It all ties in together, and it is all very, very awesome. So before I dive back into the state of Oregon, again, where's the banner at real quick? I want to touch base on this one more time real quick. June is National PTSD Awareness Month, where we're doing something a little bit differently. We want you, the fans, to donate to us, and then I will match the highest donation at the end of the month on July 1st. And I've been given permission to say this. So Mama D, if you're still listening, Heather, Jimmy, Grim, anyone who's still listening, we'll go back and rewatch this. The bar has been set really high. During the first half of the show, I received a donation from Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy and Heather Dalt. They sent over a whopping $100 donation for PTSD awareness already. So already we're at $100 for that cause. That is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Like I said, it had me flabbergasted, shocked, but that is awesome. So the bar has been set. So again, thank you, Jimmy and Heather. If you want to come back on July 1st, like I said, it's going to be a Monday night show, probably around 8 o'clock before we start our normal 9 o'clock show. You can see exactly where that $100 will be donated. And we want to make sure that you are acknowledged that night as well as tonight, as far as every night going forward. But the bar has been set. The first donation has been made, has been received, and it is a $100 donation. So thank you again. I thank you, Mr. Knast. Thank you, and the rest of the Basement Show. Thank you, because that is freaking phenomenal. So I mean, like I said, I'll give you a thumbs up for the rest of the night. But that is truly amazing, and a great way to start off a new campaign. So. But let's just see what I'm going to have up here for a little bit. Let's put this one up. So I'm just going to have this up so you can read it as I go along. But if you haven't followed us yet, we are located on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. And if you want to join our brand new Discord channel, please feel free to hit one of us up. We can get you a link to join. And you can interact with the whole entire community that follows the Basement Show, as long as other things. So. Lots of hugs here. I mean, Heather, you guys made me speechless. I saw that come in, and I was told to check my phone. I looked down, I was like, holy shit. So, many kudos to you. So, if I wasn't sitting in the chair, my ass would have probably been on the floor by now. So, just saying. All right. Let's dive back in to this real quick and finish out the state of Oregon. So number 12 on the list, we have Battery Russell Fort Stevens, Warrenton, Oregon. Battery Russell was built within Fort Stevens during the Civil War, which stood guard over the nearby mouth of the Columbia River. However, the installment didn't see much action until World War II, when a Japanese submarine fired on and damaged it. Although casualty reports are unclear, visitors to the current Fort Stevens State Park have reportedly seen the ghost of a soldier wandering the grounds. However, it's unclear from what area the soldier hails. So you do have at least one ghost at this old fort, which is pretty cool. I mean, I wish I could see a picture of it. Like last week, we had pictures of everything, man. Maine's loaded with this stuff. This is awesome. Number 13, the Benson Hotel, Portland. Opened in 1913 and named after Simon Benson, the Benson Hotel still serves as one of Portland's finest hotels. It is also home to several ghosts from the namesake, Simon Benson. Benson is said to haunt the hotel's 7th, 9th, and 12th floors and described as either well-groomed and wearing a formal suit or a lumberjack attire. Well, you are in the state of Oregon. Lumberjacks are a very real thing. That is very, very true. Guests have reportedly seen Benson descending the main staircase and walking through the hotel in a bar common areas. A drunk lumberjack ghost. That could be cool. He's even reportedly knocked drinks out of guest hands. Will also take upturn bottles, and tap people on the shoulder. Okay, so that's how they're really fucked up drunk ghost that likes to fuck with people when you're drinking, or a fun ghost to hang out with. One of the two. Graham, I need an opinion on that one, sir. So if you're still watching, please, I need your opinion. In addition to Benson, a little boy has been sighted who is assumed to be one of Benson's sons. A mysterious ghost will hide beside bedside tables and jump out at guests. And the staff often leave out candy and toys for him. Okay, well now you're just fucking provoking this dude. Other ghosts seen as Benson include a helpful porter, the lady in white. So we have the lady in blue tonight, and now we have a lady in white and the lady in blue. Luckily, all the spirits are benevolent and seem just to want to make their presence known. So they're there to have fun with you. So I think a drinking buddy ghost would be awesome. Thank you, sir. I knew I could count on you for some type of humor. So I appreciate that, sir. McNim's Grand Lounge. I think this ties in with the other one. A message home for elderly or sick master masons and their families. The Grand Lounge is now a unique hotel in Forest Grove, and it appears that some of the former residents never left. All right, so you have an old abandoned Grand Lodge now that is haunted by former residents. Okay, that were a home for the elderly or sick master masons. Okay, interesting. A childlike ghost standing on a balcony. However, when the child is approached, they mysteriously disappear. As long as he's picking up the tab, that is true. You always want to make sure that your ghost picks up the tab. That is very, very true. All right, the Hot Lake Hotel, La Grande, Oregon. The healing powers of the hot springs that feed the hot lake were used for centuries by Native Americans before white settlers came to the area and built on the land. Built in 1864, the Hot Lake Hotel is named for several lakes on the property. The Hot Lake was a luxurious resort and sanitarium throughout much of its life, with the alleged medicinal properties of the water attracting visitors from around the world. The hotel is listed on the National Register of Historical Places and serves as a hotel, museum, and spa. So guests and others have reported ghostly figures walking the grounds at night, hearing strange voices and footsteps. One of the most mysterious happenings is a haunting piano music throughout the halls, even though there is no longer a piano on the ground. So, I mean, sounds like you can go get a back massage at a spa from a ghost. Who would have known? All right. Liberty Theater, Astoria. All my Goonies fanatics in the house. Everyone knows what Astoria is or where Astoria is. Mr. Knast himself will be making the trip, hopefully out to Astoria next June 2025, right around this time next year, to celebrate the Goonies' 40th anniversary. I am so excited. Opening in 1925 after the Astoria Fire of 1922, the Liberty Theater is a validated theater and cinema near the mouth of the Columbia in Astoria. It's said that a ghost named Handsome Paul walks the halls of the theater while wearing a white tuxedo, but otherwise isn't a bother to visitors. Hey, what's his name? Handsome Paul. If you're out there next year, maybe me and you can hang out. Because I'm hoping to be in Astoria. I'm geeking out, but that's okay. What else we got? We got Oregon Caves. Oregon Cave Chantel is a unique building placed in Oregon, opened in 1934, located near the Oregon Caves National Monument in Southwest Oregon. The site is also home to an unusual haunting. The ghost Elizabeth is thought to be the spirit of a woman who jumped from the window of room 301 after being betrayed by her husband on their honeymoon. Damn. So you have the Lady in Blue 302. You have room 215, 301. Damn. I gotta book these hotels. But while the tragedy around her death is unusual, her style of haunting is. Rather than haunt room 301 where she died, Elizabeth leaves the room when someone checks in. She walks the halls and opens and closes doors, and sometimes can be heard making noise in the kitchen. Guests have also reported the sound of breaking glass and a woman scream. So you can go piss off your ex-wife in a hotel. Okay. The Bush House Museum, Salem, Oregon. Asher Bush and his family. Bush was found the editor of the Oregon Statesman newspaper in the Ladin Bush Bank. Okay, I'm waiting for a comment because I know one's coming. The Lad and Bush Bank. That just sounds bizarre. Today, the Bush House and what's left over from the former 100-acre homestead is a museum where visitors can travel back to the life in the late 1800s. It also seemed that some members of the Bush family never left. Goddamn Bush. Bush himself is said to still occupy the house, but his daughter Eugenia causes a stir. There we go. Sir, that is a great question. I will let everyone else who's in chat see. So if everyone else from Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, if you're still watching, if you want to answer Sir Grimm's question, this is actually a pretty sensible question from him, all things considering. Do you think sex with a ghost means you're going to hell? I mean, yes, no. I mean, it depends on how you look at it, sir. If the ghost is like a haunting spirit, you might be going to hell. But if she's a friendly ghost or he's a friendly ghost and you have sex with her, you never know. But now if you wind up having ghost babies, then now we gotta talk. If so, sign me up. I mean, I don't know. I want to see if anyone else in the chat is brave enough to answer this question. So whoever's on, I think Mama D's probably still on Twitch. Yeah, pretty much. It is like in the movie, Scary Movie. You're absolutely right, sir. That is a good, accurate point. That is very true. So I'm going to leave that up for a little bit. If anyone wants to answer Grimm's question, I will read it aloud. I think it's a funny one, so don't be shy to answer the man's question. We just meant to have fun here, that's all. Melbourne Butt. Wait, Mallow Butt. Mallow Butt is a distinctive on this list. It isn't a building or a site, but a national formation. What? An extinct volcano near the Idaho border. Mallow Butt was rumored to be a place where witches met. Now, rumor has it that shadowy figures appear there at night and chase visitors. These limps are said to be about the size of dogs. Interesting. Watch high spirits. Okay. Mama D's getting I guess it's an extinct volcano near the Idaho border. And it's a place where witches met. So I don't know, sir. Cathedral Park in Portland. Cathedral Park in Portland is a beautiful spot based of the St. John's Bridge in North Portland, named for the Gothic arches that support the bridge. The park is the site of the 1949 murder of Tabitha Taylor. Taylor is a 15-year-old girl who disappeared while waiting for a ride to work, and whose body was found near the bridge a few days later. Over the years, there have been numerous reports of people hearing screams in the park around sunset. Okay, so why is this go away? Let's backtrack this. Maybe that's where you go to get a witch's butt. Maybe. That's possible. You never know, sir. So a 15-year-old girl disappeared while waiting for a ride to work. And what year was this? 1949? Dang, they started working young. Shit. That's not normal. Alright, Lafayette Pioneer Cemetery. Boasting of witchcraft and the percussion of witches as a medieval or colonial practice, did wind down by the 1600s, people necessarily don't stop labeling people as witches. Mama D. Was it Ben Franklin? Who knows? The supposed hauntings at Lafayette Pioneer Cemetery are often attributed to the hanging of a witch in the late 1800s. Although a hanging did occur, it was the son of a supposed witch who was executed. Richard Marple was convicted of multiple murders with an axe and hung in the cemetery. Anna, his mother, was accused of being a witch throughout her life, with one of her predictions being that the town would burn down 3 times. It has since had 2 significant fires. While it's not clear who is haunting the cemetery, locals advise visitors to stay clear of the place due to reports of assaults by unknown entities. So wait, they're telling people to stay away from the cemetery because of assaults. Is that the ghost assaulting people, or is that somebody else assaulting people? I know a few witches. Sorry, I autocorrect. I meant bitches. I think we all do, sir. I think we all do. That's okay. Let's see. Salets Bay, Lincoln City. We've discussed numerous ghost people in the list, but what about a ghost ship? There you go. This one's right up Brim's alley. Salets Bay is a national wildlife refuge on the coast just south of Lincoln City that is said to be haunted by a phantom ship. The Blanco capsized in the bay in 1864 and allegedly has been seen by beach walkers sailing in the bay at night. 3 other ships have also met their end in the bay. They are the Sunbeam, the Uncle John, and the Phoebe Faye. I mean, if you've never watched the movie Ghost Ship, that's another great, bizarre movie. It's an awesome movie. I mean, yeah, I love that movie too. So, I mean, in my collection, I was lucky enough to find it on DVD. I grabbed it. I mean, great movie. But this is pretty awesome too, because not very often you hear about ghost ships. Because a lot of the states we cover are inland, so when you get these coastal states, you're going to get stories of like shipwrecks and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I know when we cover Florida, I'm sure we'll have a bunch of those. Or the state of Texas. And so I still have to get it. I will keep my eye out for it. If I see it at a thrift store or something, I will pick you up a copy. Because it is definitely one to have for your collection. I will say that loud and clear. All right, Baghdad's Theater in Portland. Baghdad Theater is another historical builder owned by the McNabb brothers. Built by Universal Studios and originally opened in 1927, the theater hosted the gala premiere of the acclaimed One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So you have the old theater that all the stars flock to for One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's pretty awesome. A fantastic place to see a movie or grab a bite to eat. The Baghdad is also said to be haunted by the ghosts. Sorry for MIA Saturday night. I was busy at a birthday party. You're good, Troy. All good. No need to be sorry, sir. You can't be in every single show. I mean, I'm in every single show because I run the show, but we appreciate all the fans that watch when they can, so there's no need to be sorry, sir. And thanks for stopping in tonight. Appreciate it. Fantastic place to see a movie or grab a bite to eat. The Baghdad is also said to be haunted by the ghost of the former stagehand who committed suicide. A man has been heard whispering behind the scene, and visitors have reportedly seen his aspiration on stage. Paranormal activity has also been reported in the woman's bathroom, so ladies beware. So you have a former stagehead who committed suicide in the theater who haunts behind screen, but then also haunts the women's restroom. Graham, what did I tell you about that? Told you to stay out of the restrooms. Maybe the ghost just needs a little what's the thing at? Maybe there's a little action. So I mean, you never know. I'm gonna head to the ladies' room today. But now, if we ever go anywhere, so I gotta have to keep a close eye on you. We got 2 more in Oregon, then we will jump over to Ghost Orgy. that is possible, so you never know. Yeah. So we got 24 and 25 in Oregon, and then I'll jump over to the most haunted places in South Dakota. So again, if you're listening in chat, if there's any places haunted that you have been to or would like to visit, please feel free to share them. Like I said, we're just all hanging out, having fun. Grim's having fun in chat tonight, as you can all see on Facebook. So that's what it's all about. It's just these shows are just meant to entertain you, to watch you, and just to sit back, hang out, and interact with us. So don't be afraid. If there's something you want to say, just jump out and say it. But if no one wants to speak, then I'm going to keep going. So, although not exactly haunted, the Oregon Vortex is one of the most creepiest places in the state. For development in the 1900s, local legend states that the Native Americans referred to the site as the Forbidden Land. I'm just warming up. Yep, you do have that. I forgot. Grim is moving to Thursday nights, so there will be no Friday night shit show this week, as people call it. It is now Thursday night. So if you want to hang out with the Rev, come hang out on Thursday night this week instead of Friday nights. And ladies are going from Thursday night to Wednesday night. So everything basically got shuffled up a night, except for me. I guess they like me enough to keep me on Tuesday nights. So if you're new to the chat, welcome in. Thank you for stopping in. If you want to say hello, like I said, we like to give people the proper shout outs. If you don't like to speak and just listen, thank you for doing that also. We try to do topics that people want to interact with, so we try to make this as interactive as possible. And there you go. Owens Customs is having a flash sale on tumblers, $15. I'll keep that up for you for a little bit, sir, so people can see it. But they do awesome tumblers, everyone, so take advantage of that. Unfortunately, we don't have any down in my studio. I need to bring one down one night and show you guys, but they do awesome work. Native Americans referred to the site as the Forbidden Land, and travelers passing by would have their horses refuse to enter the area. The site boasts a plethora of strange effects and optical illusions that suggest something strange is going on. The house is built on the land, appears to be tilted sideways and at the odd angle, yet they can stand upright, and when visitors enter the house, it is also possible to stand a broom upright within the home. Additionally, the relative height of 2 people varies depending on where each stands throughout the property. So it's like the movie Black Sheep almost. Has anyone ever seen the movie Black Sheep? That's another really good Chris Farley movie for those who haven't seen it. It's him and David Spade. House gets knocked over by a boulder, and now it's kind of on like an incline. So this house kind of reminds me of that movie. Like you walk in, you're up on like a swing. So I mean, that's pretty cool. I have done the broom trick as well. At first, like you kind of get shocked by it, but then again, any broom can really stand up if you try hard enough. I think the one day, if I remember correctly, when I first bought the house, we did it as a shits and giggles type of laugh, me and my old roommate. I think we had 4 standing up at once. Don't ask me why we did it, but we did. But we had fun doing it, so. Alright, the last one in the state of Oregon, we had the Dammasch State Hospital in Wilsonville. It's just a shot, yeah, pretty much. Although the building known as the Dammasch State Hospital was demolished in 2005, the site where it stood remains a spooky reminder of its notorious past. Dammasch was a mental hospital opened in 1961 to help ease crowding at the Oregon State Hospital. However, The mosque was only open for 34 years before closing in 1995. During its 34 years, the mosque developed a reputation for mistreating patients, including performing lobotomies and shock therapy. We all know about lobotomies and shock treatment. Like I said, watch One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and you see both in that movie. Fair warning. After it was demolished, a housing development called Valbois was built on the former site, and as rumored, construction workers found remains from numerous unmarked graves. It is also rumored that those that bought the new homes have reported paranormal activity before it's demolished. Visitors to the site reportedly disembodied footsteps, voices, and keys jingling. Side topic, off topic. What you got, sir? From the coast to Idaho, Idaho, Portland, and Ashland, and everywhere in between, there are many haunted places in Oregon that will give you chills. Smokey the Bear has been around for 80 years now. Didn't know that. Good to know. Happy birthday, Smokey the Bear. Many places in Oregon that will give you chills, whether it's ghosts or ghost ships. These hundreds of locations and their creepy backstories are sure to help even the most static of ghost hunters get their spook on. Which haunted places in Oregon will you be visiting? Alright, let's backtrack real quick. I say the Baghdad Theater for number one is one of them in Portland. I want to check out. What else? This Silks Bay. I know Grim would be in for that one too. So you have the Baghdad Theater, Silks Bay, and my other top three would be. Where's that one at? Hold on. I'm going a mile a minute. The Liberty Theater in Astoria, which I will hopefully be in June of next year. Like I said, if you're a Goonies fanatic like I am, the Goonies is turning 40 years old next June. So I hope to be out there for the 40th anniversary. So who knows? Because my goal is to have the Basement Show still going for many years. So if that's the case, next June, who knows? Maybe I'll be doing a live show from the Liberty Theater in Astoria. Tell me that wouldn't be badass. That would be awesome. So, I mean, I can't hold myself to it just yet, but I would definitely make note of it. But that could be an interesting place in Astoria to do a show from next year. One of many that I would be doing from that town. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's bring me just back in for a second. There's too many places I want to go to. Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing about doing this type of show. So, like, you get to learn different states and different... You get to learn different states, their backstories, and all that fun stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty awesome to see some of these states that have been around for as long as they have. You get that tremendous backstory when it comes to it. So, I mean, like I said, this is states number 5 and 6, so we still have 44 more states on the list to cover. I know we had a vote for Pennsylvania. Mama D said Arkansas and what was the other one she said? Hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to find it real quick. I'm sorry. Arkansas and Iowa. So you have one state for Pennsylvania, Arkansas, and Iowa. So if you're still in chat or just popping in, if you go back and watch this, let us know what states you want to do. I will make a banner real quick. We have done New York, Connecticut, Maine, Oregon. So there you go. That's the states we have done. As of tonight, we have added Oregon and South Dakota to the list. Alaska and Hawaii, that's another 2 good states. Ones that many people forget that are the 2 newest states to the United States as well. So just drop them in the comments and I'll read them as we go. But you have places that you've been to, places you want to go, states you've been to, feel free to drop them. So we'll make that a banner real quick so it shows across the bottom. So there you go. At the bottom, you see now as a banner at the bottom of the screen the states that we have already covered on this show. So please feel free to interact with us. Let us know what you would like to learn about, where you would like to visit, and so forth. So, with that being said, let's get this South Dakota list started. Because I am intrigued, because anyone who knows the geography knows that South Dakota is the home of Mount Rushmore. And I'm sure there's a Mount Rushmore story on here. I haven't looked over this one just yet. But let's dive into it. I'm excited. So let me pull up my screen, fix my comments real quick. All right, there we go. Everyone see this okay? I can make this a little bit bigger. I apologize for all the ads. I'm looking forward to and want to be on for an area across seas. Yes, I have a boss of mine who I work with who is traveling to Scotland in September. She's going to maybe appear on the show when she gets back and talk about her adventure over there. So we got that coming. We got Chernobyl. That's another great area to cover. So, I mean, I hope to just keep building the show. The more areas we can visit, the more stories we can tell, I feel the better the show will get. So, that's awesome that we have a lot of people who enjoy this type of stuff. I am here, sir, just finishing up your video. You're good, Mrs. Grimm. Thank you for popping in tonight. If you want me to run the video for the flash sale, just you know how to jump in the studio, just load it up and we can run it. I've been listening the whole time. I figured you have. I appreciate you listening. So I mean, like we always say, us here at the Basement Show, we're always working on something. Whether I'm doing stuff for the show, you and Mr. Grimm are doing stuff for Home Customs. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't understand when it comes to running these shows. So we're constantly trying to do something to make this more better for you, our fans and listeners. So Shannon's making a video real quick for the flash sale. If she wants to pop in the studio, we can run it tonight. If not, I'm sure she will debut it tomorrow night on Ladies' Night with her Mama D and the Spawner Grimm. So stay tuned for that. But real quick, before we actually do our second commercial, let's see what Opium Theater in Success Falls, South Dakota is all about. So right off the bat, you get that old looking theater vibe, which is pretty dope. It's awesome looking. Looks like an old, I don't know if you would call that a movie theater or an actual like play theater. Plus some of us are in chat in studio every night. That is true. Very true. So, yeah, I mean, there is a lot that goes on with the Basement Show. And I hope that it continues to grow back. Hi, popping back in. My phone died. Hey, it's all good, Amanda. Welcome back. We just covered the 25 most haunted places in Oregon. And now I found a list of 12 hauntings in South Dakota. So those who don't know Amanda Lewis, she has just joined a new ghost touring group. She does this on her own as well. I can't wait to actually hear some stories from her. Maybe we'll bring her on one night as a guest, and she can tell us some of the investigations she has done as well. Alan says it looks like the Alamo, kinda. A little bit. I would put the Alamo more round. But it kind of has an Alamo-ish to it. Alright, let's see. Let's stop seeing these ads. Please, thank you very much. I don't care about you. Not interested. Okay. The open theory in Success Falls is said to be home to a ghost known as Larry. Izzy didn't appear on this one? Okay. The historical theater was built in 1913. It was sold to the Success Falls Community Playhouse in 1954. It was around this time that Larry first started to make his presence known. The new owner stumbled on an old and very casket in the theater's boiler room. But when they returned to clean out the room, it was gone. So right off the bat, the new owners go into this boiler room and find a casket, pretty much. And then when they return to the room, it was gone. So you just have a dead guy haunting people in his resting place, and then people go back in and it's gone. Weird. This became a norm around the theater with strange objects appearing and disappearing at random. In 1959, things stepped up a gear, and an actor called Ray Lopez spotted the figure of a man bathed in a blue and green light who was standing on the balcony pointing at him. He then felt a blast of cold air before being knocked unconscious by a falling sandbag twice. Ghosts are angry in this place. We just bought tons more equipment and are setting up to travel different locations. Super excited. That sounds awesome, Amanda. I can't wait to hear stories. I legitimately cannot wait to hear your stories. And like I said, you ever want to jump on here and share some with our audience, you're more than welcome to. So the man was pointed at from a guy pointing at him and felt a cold blast of air before being unconscious by two fallen sandbags. And if you've ever been on stage, those sandbags hurt hell. Larry has also manifested as the shadow man in photographs from time to time. Nobody knows too sure who Larry is. He was just given that name at the same point. There was one popular tale which suggests he could be an actor who disappeared in the middle of a dress rehearsal. Apparently, his castmates heard a gunshot in the light booth and went to investigate, finding a pool of blood but no body. Dang. Whether or not this is a true story, one can be agreed upon by most. Open Theater is one of the most haunted buildings in South Dakota. Well, yeah, you got people getting knocked out by sandbags. You get a casket showing up out of nowhere. I mean, pretty bizarre. All right, since we're at the 1 hour and 30 mark real quick, I am going to run commercial number 2. Let me pull myself back up real quick. Commercial number 2 for our friends over at HolensCustoms.com. As you saw in chat, Mrs. Grimm is working on a video because they are having a flash sale. Where's that message at? There you go. They are having a flash sale on tumblers for $15. They are marked down from $25. So please go over to HolensCustoms.com. Check them out. They are awesome. They do great work. And pick up some Basement Show stuff while you're at it too. I mean, I have to see if I can download the video, but if I can can next week on your show, I'll send you what my camera caught this past weekend. That sounds like a plan. That'd be awesome. I will definitely look forward to that. We will figure some way to pull that up. But for those in chat, there says we have 8 people, 4 on Facebook, 3 on YouTube, and 1 on Twitch. Please don't go anywhere. Thank you, and sometime you will have to join us on a location investigation. I'm in. Sign me up right now. That would be truly and truly amazing, Amanda. But if you guys don't mind, stay tuned real quick. I am going to run the second commercial for Holland's Customs. You can see for yourself in this video how some of the tumblers have come out. They are truly amazing. They do great work. So with that being said, I will be back in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. And we will dive into 11 through 1 for the most haunted places in South Dakota. There are shadows walking across the door. It has to be kids. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I mean, if not, you might have something bigger problems on your hands, but I'm sure it is your kids. Adrian, hope we love you and miss you every day. So, keep making your presence known. But before I get emotional, here's Holland's Customs, and like I said, in this video, you will see some tumblers that are on sale for $15 this week. So, go check them out. And here we go. And welcome back, everybody. That is, again, HollandsCustoms.com. Mr. and Mrs. Grimm's baby, as they call it. It is an awesome thing. You can pick up tumblers, t-shirts, basement show posters. We can get you a drawstring bag made. I can do custom phone cases. Like, you name it, you want it, you can dream it, we can make it. So if you have any questions regarding on what they have, you can check out Holland's Customs at the website, HollandsCustoms.com, Facebook, I believe Instagram, and TikTok. They do grade A work, and it is truly and utterly amazing. And for this week, they are having a flash sale on tumblers for $15. So go over and support and pick some stuff out. But going back to my list, not that one. We just started before our break about the lovely state of South Dakota. So if you're just tuning in tonight, thank you again for popping in and hanging out with us. It is truly awesome. Mr. Knast, I am gearing up for my 7th gold medal in the Special Olympics. I saw that last week on the Red Room Show, Troy. Best of luck to you. Go for gold. Go strive for the bigness, sir. Best of luck in your competition. And make sure you come back and let us know how you made out. But good luck to you, sir. All right, number 11, we have Mount Marty College. Mount Marty College sits on the bluffs overlooking the Missouri River. It is a Catholic Benedict liberal arts college which was founded back in 1936. It is a relatively small school with a student body of around 1,000 kids. My kind of school. The paranormal tale is centered on Whitby Hall, a residence that first opened in 1955. It is said to be haunted by the ghost of a man who wears gray holster pants, several men in blue suits, and a white mist figure like no defined shape. The hauntings got so intense at one point that room 200 was locked up and left empty for years, as this seems to be where most activity happened. So you have the Lady in Blue, room 302, 215, 300, now room 200. Trust me, I'm making a mental note of all these rooms so I can maybe find a way to stay in these rooms, because that's the type of person I am. There's also said to be the spirit of a young woman haunting the elevator in Corby Hall, believed to be the spirit of a woman who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Well, there you go. You have men in suits and a woman haunting the ground. That's pretty awesome. Alright, number 10, Devil's Gouch in Garrettson, South Dakota. I need a lot of the do not disturb signs. I do too. I'm right there with you. And we can get adjoining room, so I'll stay in the haunting room. You can stay in the next room. We'll be good. Local folklore states in 1976, the outlaw Jesse James leaped across the 18-foot gorge known as Devil's Gulch on his horse while trying to escape capture after one of many robberies. Many have said that such a jump would be impossible, but others believe that a horse could definitely clear the gorge. Townsend, I'm in. Let's go. Road trip. It is actually said to be haunted by ghosts of two lovers who died there in each other's arms. The story that goes sometime in the late 1800s, a white outlaw and a band of Indians kidnapped a named Nellie Harding and took her to the gorge. Her fiancé managed to find him and actually was successful in killing most of his girl's kidnappers. Unfortunately, both he and Nellie were fatally wounded in the melee. Since that day, visitors have reportedly heard moans and screams, as well as seen apparitions of the lovers. So, moaning and screams, sir, there you go. You have ghosts having sex at this gorge. Since that day, visitors have reported hearing moans and screams. So, and apparently they're lovers. So there you go. You're set. You found your ghost having sex. Now we're in 21 minutes. Right? So there you have it. All right, number 9. Easton's Castles, Aberdeen, South Dakota. Easton's Castle is a yellow brick house, yellow brick road. We're going to see Oz now. Yeah, Easton's Castle is a yellow brick house that was built sometime between 1886 and 1889. It was originally a 30-room, 3-story Queen Anne style mansion, but in 1902 it was bought by Carol Frances Easton who had the exterior clad in yellow bricks. Following the death of Easton and his wife, their son became a recluse in Sodom, left the house. It deteriorated rapidly, and people were saying it was haunted before he had even passed away. Since then, there have been reports of Mrs. Easton's ghost, the spirit of the family housekeeper, and most concerning, a phantom that chases people welding at night. So you have the old owner of the house, the family housekeeper, and a phantom that chases people with a knife. Again, that's awesome. All right. Homestake Opera House in Lead, South Dakota. Now this looks cool. Just needs some love? Yeah, pretty much. So this one is an old opera house, and based on the setup, you can clearly see that. Because you got the balconies up here on this side. You can see how far back the seats are from the stage. So that's pretty cool. What we got? Short one. Homestead Opera House is thought to be among the most haunted buildings in South Dakota, with visitors and employees alike reporting all sorts of paranormal activity in the old building, including hearing disembodied voices and seeing full body apparitions of the resident ghost. Hey, you could go to the opera house and see a ghost show. That's pretty awesome. Nothing wrong with that. So, that is a Homestake Opera House in Lead, South Dakota. Alright, number 7. Lucky Nugget Casino in Deadwood, South Dakota. Lucky Nugget. That's a casino name for you. After the buildings in Deadwood, that century deserves a spot on any list of the most haunted locations in South Dakota would be the Lucky Nugget Casino. This is a favorite spot for paranormal investigators over the years, and there has been more than enough evidence gathered here to say that we're certain that the building is haunted. Just some of the activity that has been recorded in the Lucky Nugget through the years includes set of perfume suddenly appearing and disappearing, phantom footsteps, and shadow people. So they just had to cut that down in basically 3. But I guess again, pretty awesome. Sioux-San Hospital, Rapid City, South Dakota. Sioux-San Hospital opened in 1898 as a school for Native Americans, but in 1933 it became a sanitarium. In 1939, it was turned into a hospital for Native Americans suffering from TB. I need someone smart in chat. What does TB stand for? And don't let Grim answer, because I'll get some bizarre answer. I'm kind of curious what that is. It closed down in the 60s, but later reopened as a hospital, which is said to be haunted by the ghosts of children buried on the property. Tubular psychosis. Thank you. If that's what it is, that sounds pretty horrible. Tubular psychosis or something. It closed down in the 60s, but reopened as a hospital, which is said to be haunted by ghosts of the children buried on the property. There are hundreds of graves, many unmarked, and they are believed to be the cause of children crying and apparitions on the 3rd floor. So there you go. So that is Sioux-San Hospital in Rapid City, South Dakota. All right, here we go. Number 5, Mount Rushmore Brewing Company, Hill City. Again, if you know South Dakota, you know Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore Brewing Company was once a restaurant, but the building now houses a Harley-Davidson store. It is also formerly served as a home and crematorium, so it is certainly no stranger to death. Employees say objects move around on their own, and there are unexplained noises, especially in the basement where the remains of the creation furnace are still visible. That could get dangerous. That could get extremely dangerous. Because if it's a Harley Davidson store now, you know they have bikes and all that stuff when it comes to Harley Davidson. So imagine being in a place like that that's haunted, and all of a sudden you're walking around the store and like you feel like someone like throws a bike at you. That could get bad. That could get bad. Smooth. Yeah. I mean, it has the old furnace in the basement. Why not, right? Alright. Dakota Theater in Yankton, South Dakota. Dakota Theater opened in 1902 and has various owners and name changes since that time. However, one thing that never changes is the fact that the building is one of the most haunted theaters in South Dakota. Cast members and customers have seen a spectacular face floating in the auditorium and have heard disembodied screams as well. So again, old theater. Because you think about it, out west, you didn't really have much of the settling that you have today, and it's still wide open land. So you have a lot of these small pop-up towns, especially back when it was the Cowboys and Indian days, that you had a lot of theaters. So like, if people were traveling about, like trying to get from west to east or something, they could stay, spend the night, and you would want to go to some type of show. So what do? You build a theater, so you have that roadside entertainment that you can go and enjoy on your travels. If you ever watched the movie Tombstone, Tombstone's a perfect example of that. You have different type of saloons. You can see how casinos were back in the day, all the different card games. But then you also realize that once a week, they would have a giant gathering at a local theater. So you would sit and watch an act. You would watch a play. So I mean, it's not uncommon to see all these theaters being built in the western states. So that's pretty cool. Old Mahana Courthouse Museum, Sussex Falls, which is the capital of South Dakota, by the way. Old Mahana Courthouse is now a museum which is said to be haunted by various different spirits, making it one of the most haunted museums in South Dakota. Staff and visitors have reported hearing someone fall down the stairs, but when they go to look, there is nobody there. There were also disembodied voices and phantom footsteps moving from room to room. Some visitors also claim to have seen a man sweeping the floor of one of the courtrooms, who then vanishes if they approach him. So basically, reading that story, you have a ghost janitor is the easiest way to put it. Custodian. I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of places like that, because South Dakota, like I said, is one of the older states, but it was also not one of the well-established states that have a dense population. So you have a lot of these discrete areas that might be populated, might not be. So you still probably have a lot of hauntings from back in the day that can still affect people today. Alright, that's number 2. Hotel Johnson, Rapid City. Looks like a normal hotel in Rapid City. I actually looked at a real nice place. Alright, the Hotel Alex Johnson was opened in 1928 amidst great fanfare, hailed as the showplace of the West. Some of the famous guests who frequent the hotel include President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Alex Johnson himself died in the hotel in 1938, but according to hospital staff, he never left, and he isn't the only spirit hanging around. There were 2 rooms in particular where the ghost is said to be particularly active: 802 and 812. So, Grim, we almost have our adjoining room situation. Here we go. Right up our alley. In room 802, a young couple reportedly hearing random music and the feeling of being choked. So they got music blasting and they're being choked. Again, we were going back to that earlier. They had their pet dogs with them who were behaving strangely and getting agitated when in the room. In room 812, the windows tend to pop open on their own, and sometimes guests get out of the shower and find "Help Me" scrawled in the fogged up mirror. This is also attributed to the fact that a bride-to-be staying in the room jumped from the window on her wedding day. Okay, so bitch is like, I changed my mind, I don't get married, I'm out. Which is sad, extremely sad. I feel bad for the groom to be in that situation, but kind of fucked up in the same way. Alright, and number 1, the Bullock Hotel in Deadwood. Deuces. Pretty much. So this is a Bullock Hotel. Look modern. I mean, sure the picture's in black and white, but it doesn't look that old. But who knows? Let's see what this has in store. Alright. The whole town of Deadwood is pretty haunted, so there's a few buildings from the town that belongs among the most haunted places in South Dakota. One of these buildings is the Bullock Hotel, which is said to be haunted by its namesake, Seth Bullock, who was the first sheriff of Deadwood. He is joined there by several other spirits as well. The basement is the most active area, with staff reportedly hearing the piano play on its own, with glasses and dishes frequently get thrown around. So, reading that sounds like you're at like an old theater, because like you have the piano player, people probably drinking, stuff like that. So then this ghost or whatever is playing the piano, and people probably don't seem too happy, so they're throwing glasses and dishes around. It kind of reminds me of the movie Blues Brothers, when you're at that restaurant and they don't like what they're playing, so they start throwing stuff. I mean, let's see what this brings me real quick. Alright, the Haunting Bullock Hotel at Deadwood, South Dakota. 633 Main Street, Deadwood, South Dakota. Let's see. It is reported that the original owner of the hotel, Seth Bullock, still haunts the hotel to this day. Deadwood's first sheriff died in the hotel on September 23rd, 1919, in room 211. So there you go. You have 202, 211, and 212. And the last two we just covered. To be specific, many people, guests, and hotel staff alike have reportedly seen the ghost of the sheriff throughout the hotel. People claim that the sheriff never hurt them, only called them and touched them as if gently passing by. The sheriff merely checks on his employees of the hotel to be sure that they are working. When employees take breaks, he would make his presence felt so that they would go back to work immediately. There have been several ghost haunts as well as regular ghost tours of the hotel, with never a night gone by where something paranormal hasn't happened. In the second and third floor of the hotel, floors of a hotel, guests have been reportedly seen inexplicable occurrences, alarm clocks going off by themselves, televisions turn on even when they are unplugged, and antique clock chimes of its own, according even if it has not been working for several years. People who are interested in paranormal activity should go on a ghost tour, which is conducted regularly. Well, let's see. Let's check the availability. So now I pulled this up. You can actually book the hotel. So let's just do a shits and giggles scenario. Let's do the 15th to the 19th. Why not? Let's have some fun with this. Anything in Cincinnati, I will have to look for that, sir. Holy shit. So, for 4 nights. What she could probably do, sir, tell her if she downloads it, saves it to her computer, then comes back in the studio, you can go in and add the video clip right into the studio. If not, I will go into Canvas and I will take care of it. But that's what you can do. You can download it on your computer, save it to your computer, and then jump in the studio. You should be able to upload it. But we'll figure that out. But yeah, for 4 nights in this hotel would cost you almost $1,800. Let me see if any so I'm just pulling up some pictures of the hotel real quick. But Gary, to answer your question, we will do Ohio. We can do Ohio next week if you want to vote for that. If not, as we get closer to our trip in October, we can cover Cincinnati by itself as well. But these are just pictures real quick. I don't know if people want to see these or not. But this is the Bullock Hotel, the historic Bullock Hotel in Deadwood, South Dakota. I mean, it just looks like your normal old hotel, pretty much. Look, you even have casino games there. Check that out. Not your biggest hotel, obviously. Like they said, it's only 3 stories. And there you go. Got plenty to drink. Oh no, I wouldn't mind staying here. This actually looks like a decent hotel. I mean, it's rated an 8.5 out of 10. So that's pretty damn good. The comforter part could be changed, but I'm fine with this hotel. I actually like it. The other side bed and shower. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Let's upload it in the brand area. Yep, I got it. I will take a look at it. Yep, I see it right there, sir. I got it. Now you should. We're already at the 2-hour mark. I'm gonna run that real quick. If people want to stay and check this out, we are having a flash sale this week on tumblers over at HolmesCustoms.com. So if you want to check this out, like this is a additional side offer that Holmes Customs is offering this week, $15 on tumblers. So I'm going to run this video real quick. I haven't seen this, but let's check it out together real quick and see the work that Mrs. Grimm and Sir Grimm have done. So here we go.
Nothing can stop us now.
Look at this. Oh, perfect. Oh my God.
Now you're just showing off.
I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes.
Yeah. Girl, I love it when we.
Ladies and gentlemen, the party has just begun.
Girl, you got it. You make it look easy. Switch it up and stay in your lane. Girl, you got it.
And there you go. That's a flash sale on tumblers this week over at Holmes Customs. They were running a special for $15 per tumbler. As you can see, they do awesome work, but they have much more over on HolmesCustoms.com that you can check out. And we can go from there. But Gary says boo. I'm trying to figure out what Gary means by boo. Maybe because I'm pushing off Cincinnati for another week. I'm sorry, sir. I will add it to the list. But we're talking about South Dakota and Oregon tonight. So if you want to talk about Cincinnati, Ohio, you gotta let me know in the chat. Is that kind of night? Is that kind of night? What do you mean, sir? I'm confused. You got me confused, Mr. Gary. I mean, if you want me to look it up real quick, I will do it just because you. Yeah, I know we're talking about good, but I was talking 2 states tonight. I will look it up for you real quick. I'm looking up the top play. Okay, so we will do this for Mr. Gary, since he is one of our loyal fans and all of that. I will pull this up for you, sir. Because, like I said, you're a loyal supporter of the show, so I will give you the gratitude of that. The top 10 haunted places in Cincinnati. The Cincinnati is known, among many things, as the birthplace of director Steven Spielberg. So there you go. I didn't know that right off the bat. The city's ghosts seem to be on the more cultured. You can find them haunting art galleries, music halls, and posh hotels in downtown Cincinnati. And of course, there's always room for the less culturally inclined ghosts, and the city's dive bars and nightclubs boast a fair share of paranormal activity as well. Think you're ready to explore Cincinnati's unexplained? Read on if you dare. So there you go. All right, number 10 on the list, the Cincinnati Music Hall. The Cincinnati Music Hall is simply Music Hall, as it is effectively known, is a gorgeous Gothic building housing Cincinnati's ballet, symphony, and opera, as well as of its ghosts. Originally built in 1878, the hall was constructed over a potter's field or a burial site for unidentified immigrants and the poor. Beneath the stunning Gothic agriculture and Christian chandeliers, hundreds of bodies, human bones lie buried, and believed their spirits lingered behind. So staff at the music hall report strange, unexplained occurrences such as music playing from nowhere and ghostly figures appearing in the audience. When an employee requested his young son to visit after hours, the two were standing on stage when the boy asked his father who was in the audience. His father looked around at the empty theater confused, but the young boy insisted there was a man in one of the opera boxes waving to him. Terrified, the man scooped up his young son and rushed out of the theater as fast as he could. So there's number 1, or number 10 actually. The Taft Museum of Art. And then Charles Craig, a well-to-do couple with a penchant for arts. The pair assembled a collection, blah, blah, blah. Many portraits of the museum and think the couple never left, opting instead to hang around and keep an eye on their vast collection. Visitors reportedly feel and watch as they wander the museum. Others have spotted the couple's ghostly figures watching them from the balcony. But the Tafts apparently often too keen. Kitchen commercialism of the museum's gift shop. Employees would report items flying off shelves or mysteriously going missing. So again, another type of museum that people started. Good night, Troy. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Tomorrow night is ladies' night. Don't forget. Arnold's Bar and Grill. There doesn't seem much to be an afterlife. So many bars, pubs, and nightclubs tend to be haunted. Arnold's Bar and Grill in downtown Cincinnati is no exception. Employees and patrons of Cincinnati's oldest operating bar claim that an otherworldly presence likes to hang around. Eyewitnesses encountered lights turning off by themselves and doors suddenly slamming shut. One employee remembered closing one night and hearing a strange pounding noise coming from the bathroom. She put her hand up to the wall and the sound stopped. When she looked inside, no one was there. A longtime bartender at Arnold's has gotten pretty used to the inexplicable happening and likes to leave out a shot of bourbon to appease the spirits. So you have ghost sex in the bathroom at the bar, and then you have a bartender who likes to watch his ghostly spirits have a drink. Eden Park Gazebo. Located in Walnut Hill. It was a ghost getting rode in the bathroom. But pretty much, I mean, that's the way I would think of it. Located in the Walnut Hills of Cincinnati, Eden Park is an oasis of green, offering 186 acres of picture-perfect picnic spots, just as long as you pack up before dark. After hours, the park is said to become a serious paranormal hotspot. According to legend, a woman named Imogen Wellness haunts the old gazebo in a secluded corner of the park in the Prohibition era. Wellness was the bride of an infamous bootlegger who was shot to death near Eden Park. Her spirit remains there to this day, and visitors report feeling her spectral finger trap them softly on her shoulder. Boing. When they turn around, there's no one there. Others report the figure of a weeping woman dressed in black. And Gwen wants the boing thing. There you go, sir. Just for you. All right. Golden Lamb Inn. Yeah, I hope you're still listening. I'm doing this. Golden Lamb has distinct of being the oldest continuing operating inn in the city, and 12 U.S. residents have enjoyed stays there. The inn also appears to be one of the most haunted places in Cincinnati. One spirit believed to enjoy a permanent stay is that of Sarah Stubbs. Sarah lived in the inn in the late 1800s when her father was the owner, but later moved away and had a family of her own. Although she died at 79, her ghost appears as a 5-year-old girl. Paranormal experts believe that people who suffer a traumatic life event often return at the same age as when the trauma occurred. Visitors of the Golden Land report seeing spectacle figures of a young girl scared and confused. She asked why they were in her room before vanishing. So you have a little kid ghost who haunts these ghosts, these visitors, says, "Why are you staying in my room?" And then she disappears. I would want more answers than that. Let's see. Hilton Netherlands Plaza, known for its Art Deco, horticultural fabulous food, and notorious ghost called Green Lady. This historical down hotel is a must-see for any Cincinnati ghost hunter. According to legend, the ghost hunter lady, the Green Lady, is the wife of a construction worker who died on the hotel in the late 1930s. Devastated by loss, she returned every day following his death wearing a green dress, his favorite color. She was so devoted to him that her spirit continued returning to the hotel even after her death, endlessly wandering the halls in search of her long-lost husband. Be sure to venture to the Hall of Mirrors where the Green Lady is most likely to appear. Just hope she doesn't mistake you for her husband. Oh shit. The Green Lady is said to follow young men who resemble him in the mirrors. Spring Grove Cemetery. Do you think the pull-out method works for good? I don't know, sir. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. As the third largest cemetery in the United States, Spring Grove is a beautiful swan love letter to its dead. The lush wood grounds are decorated with sculptures, spectacular trees, and winding paths. Chartered in 1845, the cemetery often recognizes as a historical landmark, as well as its home to fair share of spirits. One of Spring Grove's creepiest hallmarks is the bust of Cincinnati real estate tycoon Charles Burrow, who watched it over the cemetery with eyes of glass. Visitors to the cemetery claim that the eyes of the sculpture follow them wherever they go, and others even claim their eyes are real. That would be cool. So you're walking in the cemetery, and all of a sudden, like, you walk by this thing and it just does that. I mean, Gary, I hope you're taking notes for our trip in October. Gary asked for his list, hasn't said 2 words since. I think we might have scared Gary. Gary. Alright, number 3, Lick Road. The oddly named Lick Road is a winding, precarious back street. I'm here. Well, I'm just not talking. Poke me in the eye, yeah. Could do that too. The oddly named Lick Road is a winding, precarious back street said to be treacherous for more reason than one. The road is located on private property and is notoriously dangerously passed through, especially at night, but there might be more to watch out for than just sharp turns on Lick Road. Many believe it to be haunted. A woman named Amy was reportedly murdered in the area years ago. Locals sometimes refer to the area around Lick Road as Amyland. In her honor, those unlucky enough to pass through at night have reportedly hearing footsteps in the woods and eerie disembodied screams. If you find yourself driving down Lick Road late at night, flash your headlights according to legend. Amy will write help in the condensation on your window. Just don't turn around, as she has been known to appear in the back seats of those who don't believe in her. Very interesting. Lick Road turns into Amy Road. Could turn into Lucky Road. You never know. Number 2, Sadamsville Rectorium. Yeah, right. Who does like? I mean, that's the funny thing. Who doesn't like a good like travel late at night? That's where most of the time you get these hauntings at, late at night. So who wouldn't mind that? So the Sadam Rectory is a historical Cincinnati building that once served as a home for a priest of Our Lady Perpetual Help Church. What? That's the same one in Maple Shade? Interesting. As a site of horrific abuse of both children and animals, it's no wonder that places host to some most wicked demonic energy. Reports detail strange howling cries and deep scratches appearing in the flesh of workers. The current owner of the building, Terry Scott, even claimed that she was pushed by an invisible force. The presence at the rectory is so evil that a priest was called in to perform an exorcism, but his efforts did little to keep the demonic energy at bay. Whatever monster lurked in the rectory still remains. So there you go. You have a real life exorcism that failed. If I'm reading that right, I mean, that's pretty much what that says. Like, they actually called a real life priest into this place to do an exorcism, but the ghost is still there. Stigmata, yeah. I mean, shit. All right. And Gary, number 1 on the list for hauntings in Cincinnati. Bobby McKay. Built in 1850, Bobby McKay still said to be the most America. Built as a slaughterhouse and meatpacking facility. The standard for most slaughterhouses of its day, the facility featured a well to connect the runoff of animal blood and nerds and other waste. If that imagine wasn't icky enough, there would also have been several murders in and around the club throughout the years. The place harbors energy so dark that a portal to hell is rumored to rule somewhere within its basement. Hauntings include strange, suffocating heat, a trash can flying through the air, and the apparition of a man with a white handlebar mustache appearing in the mirror. Though he claims not to believe in ghosts, country singer and owner Bobby McClay wrote a song for Johanna. Shannon, they made a song for Johanna. One of the spirits said to have committed suicide in the basement. Aside from being the cornhole capital of the world, the city of Cincinnati has plenty of paranormal activity and haunted hot spots to check out. Whether you're in the mood for dive bars, or fine dining, you'll be sure to find something spooky, just as long as you know where to look. And for those who don't know, Mr. Gary's in chat, myself and our buddy Mr. Tim will be actually traveling out to Cincinnati the end of October for a football game, the Eagles versus the Bengals. We have a fun little road trip planned for that weekend. So who knows, Gary? We might have to find some of these places and do like a pop-up show or something from it. So I mean, I guess we gotta just look into someone's cornhole. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I guess we got a work cut out for us. So I mean, that was pretty cool. I mean, we can always touch more back on it as we do Ohio, because that's a state we haven't done so far. So again, at the bottom of your screen that you will see in 2 seconds. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. After tonight's show, we have now done New York, Connecticut, Maine, Louisiana, Oregon, South Dakota. So we've had votes for Pennsylvania, Arkansas, Iowa, Alaska, and Hawaii. I will put a poll up on the Basement Show Facebook page so that you guys can vote, and we can have some more fun with this next week. I mean, there's hauntings every state you look at, no matter what. So, I mean, they've only done 6 so far out of 50 states. There's still plenty more I'm sure we can cover. So that it's just awesome. And with that one, we'll keep this one as I do my closeout. How about that? All right. And the Tumblr video is up on Facebook. There you have it. So if you missed the Tumblr video from earlier, Holmes Customs is having a flash sale on Tumblrs this week. Please go over and check them out. They are normally $25. This week they are being worked down to $15. So please go check them out and support Holmes Customs. It is truly amazing what they do, and their work is excellent. Next week I will have with me nearby here in studio. I will show you firsthand my Child's Play tumbler that I got from Holmes Customs. It is truly amazing. So, with that being said, let's get this show wrapped up for the evening. I appreciate everyone who is hanging out. Pardon me, excuse me. It says we have 4 people on YouTube. I know Heather Dart is probably still on YouTube. But if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to say something. I mean, if this is your first time watching the show, make sure you drop a subscription on YouTube. We have other shows throughout the week. But say hi. Let us know that you're here. I mean, don't be afraid. Unfortunately, I have to go now. You all take care. And remember, Rev, don't take any shit. That is true. And Gary, just so you know before you sign off, sir, the Rev is now on Thursday night, not Friday night, just so you know. But I will touch base more on that in a minute. But as you see scrolling across the bottom, even though it is no longer the month of May, we here at the Basement Show want you to know that you are still not alone. So Mental Health Month might be over and finished with, but it is still a very big subject here on the Basement Show. And we want you to know that you are not alone. As you see scrolling across the bottom, you have the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline 988. They are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 if it's a leap period. You never know. But yes, don't. That is true. That is very true. I will touch base on that in a second, but we here at the Basement Show want you to know that we are always here for you, no matter what time of day it is, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days as well. So, like Jay has said before, Grim has said, if no one's told you today, I love you. And I'd much rather have you here in my chat than reading something about you in the newspaper, which I never want to do. As I get older, I appreciate the older I've gotten, I appreciate more the closeness of my friends and family I have in my life. And yes, Freya loves everyone, especially her Uncle Johnny. Freya, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I owe you a visit very, very soon. It's been, a couple days now? She's going to go nuts. She hasn't seen me in a while. So, Freya, I will get over to see you soon. I know you missed me. I miss you. But just know you're not alone. I am a slacker. You're right. You make me lose my train of thought. But no, seriously, if you ever feel like you need someone to talk to, you have the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, but you also have us. You can reach out to us on Facebook. If you know our personal pages, you reach out on there. Or if you ever need to, you can send us a message. We can invite you to join our Discord. There is a mental health section just for that on our Discord, as well as other things that you might want to find throughout the week. There's a breakdown of every single show. You can give us show suggestions. You can talk to the host. You can play blackjack. You can do Pokemon. Discord is endless. We're trying to get that more up and going on the upbeat. I think we have like 50-something people in there right now, which is truly amazing. But I would like to see that number continue to rise. So if you would like to join it, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask us for an invite to join it. Okay. Next on the list, we have Holland's Customs. Again, I've run 3 videos for Holland's Customs tonight. You have the 2 ones that show what they do: t-shirts, tumblers, posters. I can do cell phone cases, drawstring bags, you name it. We can make it. You dream it, we can make it. And this week they are holding a flash sale over there on their tumblers. They're normally $25. This week they are $15. So please go find Holland's Customs on hollandscustoms.com, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. They do great A work, and next week I will have my Child's Play tumbler with me in studio, so that way I can show you exactly what you are getting, because it is truly amazing. All right, what else we have? We have our platforms that we're on. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. I just use mostly for my reels and my videos to help promote the show. And like I said, if you want to join our Discord, send one of us a message. We can link you up with that. So please don't be afraid. Drop us a like, follow, share us out, help us grow. Because without all you in the chat, these shows aren't possible. So like I said, it says there's 4 people right now on YouTube. Don't be afraid. We want the interaction in the show. I love people listening. I really do. But I also like people chatting. So even if you just say hi, so I can acknowledge you at least once, that you took the time out to watch the show, is deeply appreciated. So thank you for your support tonight on YouTube. I know we had Heather on there earlier, and the other 3 people. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a show, because we have a show for everybody here on the Basement Show, which I will touch base in a minute. All right. Then, as you see on all the show banners, June is National PTSD Awareness Month. We're doing things a little bit differently this month with the donations. The last couple months we had done likes for 50 cents, hearts for $1. Well, this month we're doing things a little bit differently. And what I mean by that, we're asking you, our fans, to help out our cause. So you can donate $1, $5, $10, whatever you can afford to donate. And all that money that we raise will be donated on July 1st, which this time around will be a Monday night show. So as you see now, donation will be made on June 1st. And then on June 1st, as I'm going through the donations, myself personally, Mr. Knast, I started this basement show. I have a lot of help from Grimm, Mrs. Grimm, Heartless, Mama D, Spawny Grimm, so forth. I am going to match the highest donation to make it a bigger donation. And we had a generous donation to start off the month already from Mr. Heather and Jim Dalt. They donated $100 right off the bat. That is truly amazing. And it almost floored me tonight. Like I said, I'm lucky I'm sitting in a chair, because if not, I would have fell backwards. So, just keep that in mind, whether you can donate $1, $5, $10, $20. It all counts, it all matters, it all helps. So don't be afraid to help a little bit. I mean, it goes to a good cause. April, we did autism awareness. We raised $210. We donated $200. And then for the month of May, we did Mental Health Awareness Month, and we raised a whopping $215. So right now we're sitting at $100, which is truly amazing. So again, thank you to Heather and Jim Dalt for your generosity, and make sure you tune in July 1st to see where your donation is going. So that's truly amazing. And then the last thing on the docket, we have our show lineup. Now, this might be different than previous shows, but we are now going into summer months, so we are changing things around a little bit. So, tonight, Tuesday night, you always have Tuesday night Expedition Night with me, Mr. Knast, and who knows, maybe a guest from time to time. Wednesday night is now Ladies' Night. It was Thursday, but now it's Ladies' Night. And Thursday night was Ladies' Night, but now is the Rev Grimm Show with Sir Grimm, who you have seen in chat for the entirety of this show. He is out of control, and on his show, anything goes. We say it is a mature show, audience only. And then nowadays, now because of summer, we all off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But you always want to keep an eye out. Literally, keep your eye out for pop-up shows. Plus, the end of this month. With that being said, real quick, I didn't make a banner for it. I can't say it. But keep an eye out for the end of this month. I'm hoping around the 29th, which is the last Saturday of the month of June, we are starting a docu-series here on the Basement Show. It's called The Dixie Story. For those who don't know what The Dixie Story is, you're in for a rude awakening. I will tell you right now, but it promises to be hilarious. So keep an eye out for that. Dropping on Saturday nights. And then Sunday, like I said, we're off. Monday was King Uno's Trivia Night. But now it is Drago and Tink's Neverland with Mr. Heartless. Last night he did Pokemon. I think he's going to be doing Pokemon for a couple weeks. So if you're a Pokemon fanatic, please come out and support Heartless, as well as all the rest of our shows. Because like I always say, we try to make a show for everyone here on the Basement Show. And Mama D says it best every single show. I try to echo it, so does everybody else. These shows aren't possible without you, the viewer. As the man who created the show 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, it will be 2 years live this August. Before that, we will be celebrating Grimm's 1 year sometime in July. Got to touch base with him on that one. But it's almost 2 years of doing this show live, and it is truly amazing to have everyone in chat every single night. Rather, if you just pop in to say hello, and say hello, so forth. Appreciate everyone who does support. If you haven't done already, please make sure you drop a like, follow, share on all our platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, you name it. Because I hope to keep growing this show. It's still in the baby steps when we're trying to keep growing the aspect of it farther and farther and farther. But we need you, the viewers' help. And I've tried to do this on numerous occasions. So let me do this real quick before I wrap this up for tonight. I want to give a special thanks to Shannon Allen, Mr. Gary, Troy Evans popping in chat tonight. Jack Campbell is in chat. Amanda Lewis, Mama D, Jack Campbell popped in twice. He was on Facebook and Twitch for a little bit. Who else was in tonight? Heather Dart, Jim Dart. Thank you again for your wonderful donation. That was truly amazing and blew me away. Who else? Stephanie Ortiz. You will see Stephanie tomorrow night on Ladies' Night with Mama D and Miss Grimm. Check that out, 9 o'clock Eastern. You on the Basement Show. Mr. Damon Sharkey popped in for a minute. And I think that's pretty much about it tonight. But I know that's always one of my big things I like to try to do is thank my viewers. So if you're watching and you don't say nothing, I can't shout you out. So don't be afraid to say hi once in a while. Even if it's just to say hi. And the first time watchers, we always welcome them in. We're very welcoming here on the Basement Show. Like Shannon said earlier, don't be scared. We don't bite. Hard at least. But I personally just want to thank each and every one of you for supporting the shows. You all are truly amazing. Hope you enjoyed tonight. And like I said, I will put up a poll so we can find out what states we're going to dive into next week. But from Mr. Knast, myself, and the rest of the Basement Show family, thank you. Bullshit, she bites. Hey, whatever you guys do is on your business, sir. Just saying. But thank you again all so much for hanging out with me. I know tonight was a little chaotic. We had some humor in the chat a little later than we normally end. But when you get going, you get going. And I don't like to set time limits. But I will tell you one thing real quick. You got Ladies' Night tomorrow night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Stop by, show the ladies some love. But until next week, hope everyone has fun. If you do any ghost hauntings over the weekend, stay safe. And I will catch you next Tuesday for another episode of Tuesday Night Expedition Night. Good night.